Hi guys, this is Flipped Classroom for comparing governments. So take a look at the screen, and first thing that we need to do is to think about how government can be organized. And there are three basic categories. The first one is just the geographic distribution of power. Now that's the fancy word, but what I want you to think about with that is we're just concerned about the levels of government. And there are three possibilities with the geographic distribution of power. But in order to get to that point, looking at the three possibilities, you have to ask yourself two questions. So the first question is, how many levels of government? And the answer to this is either going to be 1 or 2. So right here, 1 or 2 levels of government. If the answer is 2, you have a follow-up question. And the follow-up question is, which of the 2 levels is strongest? So here's our first possibility: a unitary system of government. Now, a unitary means one, uni means one, so a unitary system of government has only one level of government. It doesn't mean that it's a dictatorship, let's say. It just means it has one level. So given that, we don't have to do the follow-up question, which is the strongest, since we have one level only. Second possibility is a confederate system of government. Now, a confederate system of government, let's ask our two questions. Number one, how many levels? And the answer there is going to be 2. And we will name them national level, and the other level is going to be state level. Now we have to do our follow-up question, which is the strongest? And in a confederate system, the state is the strongest. Third possibility is a federal system of government. Let's go with our two questions. Question number 1, how many levels of government? This, just like a confederate system, we're going to answer that as 2. We can call them the same thing, national and state, but also in a federal system, we'll use national or federal will be the same level. Oops. And then the second level is state. Follow-up question, which level is strongest? It's the national or the federal level that is strongest in a federal system of government. So, quick review. If you compare governments across the globe, then we have 3 possibilities. The way we know what those 3 possibilities are is we just ask a couple questions. One question and then a follow-up if we need to. Question number 1, how many levels of government? In a unitary system, or don't forget, like a unicycle, a unicorn, uni means 1, we have 1 level of government. In a confederate system, we have 2 levels, so let's name them national, state. Follow-up question, which one is strongest? The state level is strongest. Let me give you an example. If we have, and we don't, if we had a confederate system of government now in the United States, we have the state level, state of Illinois, the national level coming out of Washington, D.C., and whatever the state level wanted, the state could override what the national level wants. And we don't have that situation because a confederacy, just by definition, you have such a weak national level. If the state is the strongest, that national level, the reason why that exists is because of defense purposes. Fight a war. Think about our 2 confederacies. We had the Confederate States of America during the Civil War, southern states, to fight a war against the North. And then we had the Articles of Confederation. We already know those 3 important words. It doesn't work. And with that, the Articles of Confederation was the government that was set up to have the states get together to fight England. So our 2 examples of a confederacy in the United States were about wars. So that's why, take a look at the screen, the national level is really weak and the state is stronger. So this is what we have, a federal system of government. 2 levels of government, state and national, and we can call national, federal means the same thing, and the national or the federal is the strongest. So that's the first way we can compare governments. True or false? A unitary government is the same as a dictatorship. Good, you're right. The answer is false. Unitary means one level, doesn't mean one person. Unitary can still be a democratic system of government. To suggest that a unitary system is a dictatorship is like trying to compare apples and oranges. Two totally different ways to compare. If you look at your screen, when we're talking about a dictatorship, we're going to get to that with question number 3, or the third possibility, how many people participate in government. Okay? That's it for now. Adios, amigos.